We're going to California. Alright, so I'm off to get my hair cut in preparation for our big trip to California, which I'm honestly so excited about, to think that we're traveling over to a place where Tesla is really part of the culture. I've never seen a Model S Plaid before. I've never seen full self-driving work. I've not seen a yoke steering wheel. There's just so much that's packed into our trip that I'm just really excited for, because as you know, Tesla has become my whole world. On a more somber note though, some of you may have seen that we lost our Greyhound Cooper last week. We finally had to say goodbye to him, which it's been really tough without him. We loved him so much, and he was actually quite famous on TikTok and been reposted by Tesla and Elon's mum, and you know, he just became this sort of noodle dog that people would recognize. And so there's a pothole, constantly swerving for potholes in this region. It's like the story of my life. And when you've got autopilot on, like we always do, kind of just creates that extra step that you need to disengage. Anyway, back to Cooper. Yeah, so super sad that Cooper's left us, but at least we have California to distract us. I'm also filming this off the wireless charger that I installed in my previous video, and you can see it's like such a perfect angle for filming while you're driving, and it's perfectly mounted. The problem is that I can't actually see the speed limit right now. Luckily I've got autopilot on, so yeah. Okay, haircut is now done. Looking nice and sharp for when I hopefully meet Elon's mum, which now makes me realize I haven't provided you guys with much context as to how the whole California trip came about. And so I'm going to do that right now. So basically, John from the Tesla Owners Club of Silicon Valley reached out to me on TikTok, which in itself was quite a humbling experience. As you know, they're very popular. They've interviewed Elon and they're just very well connected. He reached out and said, why don't you come over for the event? And I was like, oh, I'd love to, but I'm based in Australia and like, it's a big deal. So I said no. And then another brand reached out and said, you know, hey, we'd love you to do some content. Will you come over? And again, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm from Australia. Like, I didn't really open my mind to it actually being a possibility, knowing that I'd have to pay for flights, accommodation, and it would be a whole big trip. It's a 14-hour flight from Melbourne to LA. And then I just off the cuff a few days later mentioned it to Paige, and she was like, well, why don't we go? Let's just go. You know, you only live once, and we've got an opportunity now to do it, because Paige is pregnant, if you didn't know that. So she's due in October. So I was like, oh shit, all right. And so this whole thing has just kind of like happened really quickly, but I'm so excited by it. Like, it just really wasn't something that crossed my mind. So new mindset is just like, say yes as much as possible and be open to everything that is thrown at you. I'll get to meet a lot of other influencers in this space. I'll get to see Rivians and Lucids and F-150 Lightnings and Model X's and S's and everything over there. And it's going to be warm. It's freezing here at the moment. So to go over there where it's like 30 degrees is going to be crazy. We're renting a Model Y with Hertz, which in itself will be so cool. It's the first time we're going to be driving on American roads. So that'll be an experience. And then we've got like a couple of days traveling along the coast, because the event is in regional California. And yeah, when we get to the event, obviously I'll be filming, meeting people and saying hi and just getting involved with everything that's going on there. And then on the Sunday, Elon's mum is the guest speaker, and also a bunch of other cool people. And now I've been asked to speak on the Sunday as well, so I'll get to be on stage. Paige will film that. And then we've got a few days in LA where we'll get to go to the Peterson Museum. We'll get to hopefully rent a Model S Plaid through Turo and experience FSD. There's so much packed into this trip, so I'm really, really looking forward to it and just grateful that I can do it. I also have had heaps of people use my referral link. I've only really posted in one video, but I just checked this morning and people are already taking deliveries of their car. I've got 36,000 points. So I'm thinking later today I might use those points and try and film it. So stay tuned for that as well. And I'll catch you guys soon in the next video.